We trick ourselves into doing what we want only to be met with results that we never wanted. But when we do what we don't want to do, we are met with the results that we always wanted. It's a great quote. So let's break down the first line. We trick ourselves into doing what we want only to be met with results that we never wanted. So let's give a simple example for this. Since we all have to eat every day, what we eat determines how we look and how we feel, right? So we're presented with food choices daily. And for most of us, we'd rather choose food that sounds good or that's quick to grab and food that's easiest to enjoy. Now, there might be some people who would actually enjoy counting macros and eating healthy. And if that's you, then this example isn't for you, but you can still apply this to any scenario in your life, basically, because every choice you make will produce a result, right? So back to the example. We would rather choose food that sounds good, that's quick to grab, and that's easiest to enjoy. So if we do this for a prolonged period of time, let's look at the results of these choices, right? These wants, because we want to eat food that tastes good and that makes us feel good in the moment. But if we do this for months or years, like most people do, we're going to end up looking and feeling terrible, right? Because I doubt anyone wakes up on any day and says, I'm so glad I'm 50 pounds overweight, or I'm so glad I feel terrible from the meal I ate last night, right? Those are the results of the choices that we wanted to make. So we chose our pleasure and it produced a result that we never actually wanted, right? This body that we're not comfortable in and clearly not proud of. So let's look at the second part of that quote. And it goes, when we do what we don't want to do, we are met with the results that we always wanted. So let's use the same example of food choices, right? But let's also be real. Controlling how we eat, choosing food that's good for us physically and mentally, it's not always our first choice. So if someone had to choose between a plate of rice, vegetables, and chicken, for example, versus, let's say, a Starbucks drink and a pastry, most people would say that that Starbucks drink and that pastry sounds much more appetizing than that plate of rice and veggies and chicken, right? And I'm not saying that rice, veggies, and chicken is the only way to eat healthy, but it's the easiest way for us to visualize the differences. Now, let's say we chose that rice chicken plate, right? It's not what we wanted, but we know if we do this for, again, a prolonged amount of time, months and years, we'd end up with the result that we actually wanted all along. And that result would be a body that looks good, feels good, and a body that we're comfortable to be in. Like I said earlier, you can apply this quote to almost any area of your life. So like if you take a step back and analyze your life, look at the position you're in now with your relationship, your finances, your health and fitness. You're in this position now based off of the choices you've made in the past. And I believe that our goal in life should be to constantly make those hard choices daily so that in the future we live with as little regret as possible. So I hope this video was insightful. I hope it was somewhat helpful. Comment your thoughts down below and I'll see you in the next one.